So I have a couple of exercises for you, a few exercises really, and what I want you to do is to do them and to write down what comes to you and write down how it is for you to do this, what your difficulties are, what your challenges are, thoughts that may come across. One thing to be aware of as you do this, as you work with things, is to be relaxed, to get out of your head. So I find, because I can be too much in my head, I find that I need to pause and take a deep breath and recenter my breath into my belly. And just coming into your belly brings you out of your head. And so that allows for the quieter, subtle messages to come to you. So, so here is a piece of rose quartz. And if I just hold it and listen, and what I do is I notice the feelings that come along, any images that come along, and any thoughts that come along. When that feels very peaceful, I can almost see syrupy stuff. It's calming. See a pink rose. I often see pink roses. They're like the roses in my mother's backyard. As I grew up, they again are very heart-based. This is very light. I can feel the expansion and the light in my head. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for feelings, thoughts, and images. And you'll find that readers often, they see images. When the energy, it's time to stop with the energy work for me, I always see my hands brushing across each other. So that's what we're going to do. The first exercise I want you to do is to work with a few animals. Maybe not one that's your pet, that you're always around, but to notice. Just notice what you may be picking up. Feelings, thoughts, or images. The other thing is to grab 5 or 6 stones or crystals. So I've got a piece of flint here. I had this tiger striped one. Get some crystals and do the same thing. Feelings, thoughts, and images. And then go ahead and write that down, write about your process, and you can either text me or I'm going to touch base with you next week, midweek, and we can talk about that then, your experiences with this process. The other thing that we're going to do, so this was all very cognitive, if you will, or spiritual. So now we're going to talk about the touch of it, the feel of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to awaken your hands and just go ahead and rub them real strong. And you're just kind of waking them back up, recharging them, so to speak, if you will. Okay, and the first time I saw this was through a Reiki master that I worked with. And the next time was through massage school. We had an energy component in massage school. Now what you'll find is as you bring your hands out, you'll feel resistance, either pulling or pushing. And if you don't, go ahead and warm up your hands some more. And you may not so much. It takes people a while to start to feel this energy. And see, I'm just forming a ball. There you go. And now what I'm going to do is, like taffy, I'm going to kind of grab that and I'm going to pull that and come back in and grab. And I feel it in my fingertips. And I really feel that resistance when I come back in. I almost feel a wave of energy. So just notice what you feel, and if you don't feel a lot, again, it's practice. It is practice. When I first started receiving energy work, the practitioner talked about it feeling like a wave, a waterfall. It took me a while before I understood that, or I was cognizant of it, but it's kind of a slow, subtle wave of energy coming down. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this ball and we're going to bring it up your center. Start about your belly button, and we're going to bring it up to your head, over your head. Now go ahead and kind of grab that and pull it around. We're making an arc and a circle. All of a sudden, the air around me just feels more, it's tingling, feels more alive. Okay, now we're going to take that back up again. Oh, and I'm really aware of the color of it now. It's like golden. And it may be different for you. That's what it is for me. And when I say that it's golden, it's for me, it's an image I see internally. It's not like I'm seeing it with my physical eyes. It's an image. Just like I may see a tree with shallow roots on a client, or that they're growing a few weeks later. Okay, first time I saw this was with one of my Reiki masters, and she called this the golden orbit, which really it is. Go ahead and brush off your hands. So those are some ways that we can start physically starting to feel this. We're going to have another prana video here in another week, and then sometime in the next couple weeks I want to get together and we'll do a little mini session, mini Reiki session, where you start to get an idea of how it feels and what it might look like to actually do a session on somebody you care about. And again, this is great stuff. It's wonderful for, people use it with clients with cancer, PTSD, helping bring peace to somebody that's going through grief. It's used pre and post-op now. So Reiki has a lot of benefits. I used it on clients and I may have said this in the last video, where the tissue was just too hard to work. So there's lots of benefits with Reiki, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and bringing you to the point where you can bring change to yourself and to your loved ones. Thank you very much.